Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa Marie, and today I'm guiding us through some movements and poses that can offer us support during our grief journey. Everyone's grief journey looks different, but especially during these times, we are experiencing higher levels of grief, and it's important for us to learn where that is living in our body and how to support ourselves and one another through it. Now, you may hear trauma lives in the hips, right? And that's not entirely wrong, but it's an oversimplification. Our grief, our emotions, our trauma lives in our entire body. And from person to person, this can look different. Some of us may feel it in our shoulders. Some of us may notice it in our breath, tightness in our breath. We're not fully using our lungs. Grief can often live across the heart space and affect the lungs as well. You may feel it in your low back. You may feel it in your hips. So know that somatic practices can look different person to person. What works for one person may not work for the next. And that is why yoga and somatic practices are really helpful for us to begin to build that relationship with our body and to self study, right? It is a study of going inward to be able to connect with ourselves. Our body is telling us things all of the time. So today's practice is an invitation. Every time you come to your mat, every time you try these practices, know that it's an invitation for you to start to explore, learn your body, listen to your body, and see what works best for you. So hopefully next time you notice tightness in your shoulders, you have some loving practices that you can do to loosen up that tightness. If you notice your breath is short or shallow, you are going to walk away with some practices to help you open up that breath. If you notice that you're feeling closed off, and when we're feeling depressed or grieving or any of these heavier emotions, our body naturally wants to roll inward. The opposite of depression is going to be expression, it's going to be opening. And when we are grieving, our body just wants to protect itself. You're experiencing some heavy, difficult emotions, and our brain can think that maybe that's a threat, right? And know that when your body is feeling threatened, it's naturally going to want to close in. It's going to want to protect itself. It's going to tighten. And we're letting our body know that I hear you, I see you, and it's okay for us to start to open up a little bit. So we're going to move through these practices today. Go at whatever pace feels good for you. The props that I have here are my bolster and blocks. You can replace this with pillows, blankets, anything that you have at home as well, all right? We're going to get started in our child's pose. The knees are going to come to the edge of the mat. Big toes touch. Take a big inhale. And exhale, sink those hips back. Reaching the hands out, letting the head hang down heavy. And breathing here. I invite you to work with some fetal rocking. So that is just rocking the body side to side. You can start with the upper body, maybe the shoulders go side to side. This is self-soothing. And maybe you bring the hips into it, rocking the hips side to side. You are in no rush. Offering our body some gentle movement. And starting to open up the shoulders, the heart space. We thread the needle here. So using your left hand to lift you up, you take your right arm, flipping the palm underneath, bringing it across the chest, dropping the right ear, right shoulder down onto the mat. And a few deep breaths here. Using your left hand to lift you up, We do the same thing on the other side. Left palm flips and goes across the chest. Drop the left ear, left shoulder down, and breathe. Making our way back to child's pose. Big inhale. Exhale, gently part the mouth open, relax the tongue. Inhale, using your hands to bring you back to tabletop, meaning all fours. Working with some cat-cows here, this helps us to open up the heart, the shoulders, and start to bring some movement into the spine. Inhaling, looking up, dropping the belly down. Exhale, chin to chest, press the mat away, round the upper back. Inhale, looking up, relaxing the belly. Exhale, press the mat away, round the upper back, chin to chest, breath out. Move through a few more of these at whatever pace feels good for you. When we are grieving, our body can feel tired, can feel tight, heavy. Sometimes we become physically sick. So these gentle, loving movements can start to let the body know that it is loved, it is okay to move, it is okay to release some of that energy. One more. Making your way back to tabletop, nice neutral spine. We're going to work with a heart opener here. Again, grief can live heavily across the lung space, the heart space, which you will feel in your shoulders and your back as well. This is a beautiful shoulder opener and heart opener. You take 2 blocks. If you have a pillow, if you have any other props, those are good as well. And we take our elbow, place it on top of the block. Other elbow goes up as well. Taking the hands into prayer hands and bringing them right behind our head. And we slowly begin to lower our chest toward the mat. So big inhale, exhale, sinking down. Breathing here, opening up those shoulders, the chest. You can stay here. And if you don't have any props, you can also go into your puppy pose without props. So lifting back on up, we remove our blocks. We make our way into puppy pose, which is another shoulder and heart opener. Taking a big inhale and exhale. Inhale, walking the hands out. As you exhale, going ahead and sinking the chest, the chin down on toward the mat. Our next inhale, we use our hands to lift us on up. And breathing here. We make our way to our ancestral squat, our malasana. This is such a beautiful practice that is used to open up the hips. It can also open up our chest, our full body. We take our right foot, bringing it up toward that right hand, left foot, bringing it up toward that left hand, and squatting on down. Our right elbow and our left elbow can press the thighs away, maybe prayer hands with the arms here. You can also sit down on pillows or blocks underneath the hips. And keeping those shoulders away from the ears. So inhale them up toward the ears, exhale them down and back. And we breathe here. You can rock side to side. The ancestral squat, also known as malasana, also known as the yogi squat, is so, so powerful to open up the hips, to open up the full body. If your heels are lifted up off the ground, that is okay. And we breathe. One more deep breath. Making our way to a seat, our hands can come down. And sitting back onto our mat, our floor, or our bed. Breath is a very powerful tool to help us to move some of that energy, to get that energy in motion. Because when we are experiencing heavier emotions or when we are grieving, we can begin to experience shortness of breath. So we're going to work with some breath waves here. You can place your hands down onto your thighs. And we're just going to breathe in and out through the mouth. You don't need to use the nose. As you inhale, your chest rises. As you exhale, your chest falls. Now see if you can bring some spinal waves in that. So imagine as you inhale, your tailbone, the breath coming from your tailbone all the way up to your chest. And as you exhale, that breath making its way back down. Kind of like a wave. You can even work with cat-cow here. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. I invite you to open the mouth, let the tongue relax. Inhale the hands out to a T. Exhale, wrapping them around yourself. And giving yourself a big hug. Singing, humming, chanting are all powerful tools for us to be able to use our breath. It also reminds us to breathe. And it gets some of that stuck energy in the body in motion. Placing one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. I invite you to close your eyes if they aren't already. A reminder that healing is not a place to arrive to. Being over it by now, being over your grief, is not a thing. Okay. Some days it will feel heavier than others. And know that your body and your breath are powerful, powerful, powerful healers. So the more that you learn to love on it, to build a relationship with it, the more that you can learn different practices, to get you through those difficult moments. Give yourself some grace. And one big inhale all together. Exhale, open the mouth, let the tongue relax, and make some noise. You can go into fetal position or bring your knees into your chest if you just need a little more loving, and rock side to side. Thank you for practicing with me today. My new book, A Life Imagined, is now on Kindle and Amazon. And it is a great mix of memoir, storytelling, and somatic practices to assist us all on our grief journeys. It's mainly focused on ambiguous grief and loss, the kind of grief and loss that doesn't get, the flowers or a final goodbye or a funeral. It's just about life's transitions and the emotions that come with that. So if that's something you might be interested in, go ahead. Link is in bio, and use some of these somatic practices to assist you as you read. Love y'all.